As you can see here, we have a Ford. This is the 2016 Ford Transit. It's basically a minivan. This one happens to come with the separate seats, I guess captain's chairs you could call them. Also in the back it's the same, so this is a 6-seater. But the purpose of this van is to carry items. And as you'll notice by all of the pockets that we'll get to later, there's quite a bit of storage. I figured I would start here in the driver's seat. I've had this maybe a couple hundred miles. I've driven it, stopped many times, a little bit of highway, a little bit of in town, and I must say I'm not a fan. The driving is comfortable. I don't have an issue with that. The seats, like I said, you know, it's this leather type material. They're pretty comfortable. But there's a lot of just odd engineering. For instance, in front of me is the dashboard with speedo, tack, your typical, but it does have a little display that you see right here. But in my driving position, where I have to position the seat, it actually, I can't read it. I have to look down. I have to squat down to actually see what's on there. So to me, this could have been up a little higher if they had to have it at all. I understand there's design characteristics that they have to have, but like I said, not a fan of that. The screen over here, this is what tells you what's on the radio. It's your backup camera. It's very tiny, but the screen is actually very clear when you're backing up. It's very good quality. You can definitely see what's behind you. As far as all of the controls, something else I'm not a fan of. It seems too busy for me. You have the dial pad. To me, with Bluetooth, which this has, cell phones, iPods, whatever you want to use on it, there's no need for a keypad. So to me, this is just a bunch of extra information, stuff to get in the way that you don't really need. It's just awkward controls in my opinion. Down here you have the air conditioner. It works just fine. Again, it's one of those kind of awkward spacing because here's your shift, so you have to kind of lean forward and look to see what buttons you want to hit. So I will say this shelf right here was kind of nice for my cell phone. When I was using the GPS, it would rest here. Once I have my control set, I would just rest the phone there and there were no problems. This one does have heated seats on the front, plus your lighter that you can plug into, which I've been using. It's got a little bit of storage, cup storage. There's a USB plug inside. This does have the Ford Sync, so there's quite a bit of capability with it. Up here's a little bit of storage on the dash. Like I said, they kind of stuck storage all over the place. If you look straight up here's storage, and I would assume is if you're sticking in, you know, PVC pipes or long boards or something to that effect, they could sit in here and they would be able to fit. Let me go on the outside. Like I said, here's your leather seats, and these actually fold flat. You can see that it transitions up here. These will actually fold flat, so you have a surface when you pull out the back seats. I have not done that. I haven't had a reason to, so I don't know how hard or easy that is. It's this full door, so it's very easy to get to, lots of space. As you can see, there's the storage shelves just above the driver. More storage back here in the back. Cup holder. There's another plug you have right here. You need to plug something in. You can straps to pull it flat. So nice big door. So there's plenty of storage. Here's the side of it. It's very square. Again, it's made to transport items. So it does that very well. There was another item up front that I didn't really care for. When I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and as you can see down here, gas brake, and this is the footrest. I always rested my foot here on this side because it doesn't, to me, it just doesn't feel right resting that close to the brake. I was bumping my foot, so just another design flaw is what I call it. As far as that, like I said, it's pretty comfortable. There are no blind spots, lots of room to see through the windows. This one happens to have this giant window is really all it is, that you can close and open. This one's broke, unfortunately, so it only closes partially. But if you want a big window, it definitely has that. As far as the engine, let me close the door. As far as the engine, this one has a 4-cylinder. It's very underpowered. To me, they should have some sort of a small V6 or put the EcoBoost in this, because it's just me and my luggage, and you can tell it was struggling. It'd have to drop a couple gears on the highway a few times, and I'm not a aggressive driver by any means, but it really had to work, and that's with no weight in it. So I can only assume once you pile in more people and or items that you're carrying, I don't think the little 4-cylinder in here would do well. I don't know what size it is, honestly, because the book is still wrapped up and I didn't want to unwrap that, and I didn't see it wasn't noted on the front of it. But I guess my overall opinion, it's nice, roomy, comfortable. Odd storage places, some of them don't really make sense. It's seating for 6. The resting my foot for driving on the highway, because I'm having to drive for another hour and a half once I leave here. That's kind of awkward. Controls are a little awkward. Again, I set my cell phone right here, which is nice, but I need to set my controls first, which I don't change them too much, I guess. So it's comfortable, roomy, underpowered is really where it's at on this. Seems to get good gas mileage, but I guess you get that from a small 4-cylinder. But anyway, this is my review of the Ford Transit. This is a 2016, and it's a comparable vehicle if you need it for driving lots of people or bringing some items around. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.